Good evening, everyone. It's very windy here downtown as well, but I'm standing right by the Jackson ramp off of I-69, and there's a reason. You see these signs? Well, they're very important. They are very important to the many people who choose to get behind the wheel slightly impaired, all the bars and sporting events that happen downtown. It's a problem you might have seen, and impaired driving is considered the leading cause of wrong-way driving like this. 1:47 a.m. on a Sunday. Dashcam video from Sergeant Colin Holster's vehicle captures the frightening moments as he pursues a high-speed wrong-way driver on Beltway 8 approaching the Ship Channel Bridge.
Driver, stop the vehicle.
The majority of the intoxicated drivers that we ran into that have been driving the wrong way are always in what they believe is the slow lane, but to us it's the left fast lane.
No, you can't stay right there.
We can't pursue them on the wrong side of the road, so I stayed on the correct side of the road and got on my PA and just kept talking to her, and she finally just pulled over.
The driver was arrested for driving while intoxicated. Back on May 3rd, this wrong-way driver was caught in Montgomery County. That driver also charged with DWI. How does this happen? National data shows off-ramps are one of the main ways drivers wind up the wrong way, and TxDOT is trying to fix that. Ever notice these on the ramp from 69 to Jackson downtown? Flashing lights, reflectors on the poles and roads, and what you don't see are sensors to alert law enforcement when a driver heads the wrong way. This entire setup is part of a pilot by TxDOT. But don't expect to see flashing signs like this coming to a ramp near you anytime soon. TxDOT says not only are they costly, but they have a lot of research to do to figure out where they're needed next.
Other than people just not drinking and driving, I don't know how else that we can combat it. You can't put an officer at every exit to stop it.
Well, TxDOT also offers grants to local law enforcement agencies to help cover the cost of anti-drunk driving operations like the kind you see during the holidays. And with Memorial Day and 4th of July coming up, we'll likely see plenty of them trying to prevent not only wrong-way driving, but just impaired driving overall. So be safe when you're out there on the roads. Here in downtown, I'm Caitlin Monty, Fox 26 News.
Now to the latest on the bombing outside of an Ariana Grande concert in Manchester, England. 22 people are dead. Another 59 are hurt. Fox's Rick Leventhal is in Manchester right now with the latest on the investigation.
Manchester police serving 2 search warrants, one involving a controlled explosion in the hunt for clues after the worst terror attack in the United Kingdom in almost 12 years. It was a scene of chaos and panic at the largest indoor concert venue in the UK after a suicide bomber detonated an improvised explosive device in a public area between the venue and the adjoining Victoria train station, just as an Ariana Grande concert had ended. The IED reportedly packed with nuts and bolts, and the detonation timed to inflict maximum carnage.
It was just chaos, just utter chaos, and frightening, just terrifying.
I was just really nervous about what would happen, and as soon as I heard the, bang, I just decided to run.
And we just heard screaming, and everybody was running from the back towards the front.
Saw like a flash, like an explosion flash, and then at that point everyone was running back up the stairs again, panicking, screaming, shouting, crying.
At least 22 were killed by the blast and dozens more wounded by flying shrapnel. 18-year-old student Georgina Bethany Calendar was among the dead, a pop music fan who'd met the singer 2 years ago and posted their picture on her Instagram feed. Another victim, 8-year-old Safi Rose Roussos, described simply as a beautiful little girl, her mother and sisters among those recovering in 8 area hospitals. British Prime Minister Theresa May visited the wounded.
It is an absolutely barbaric attack that has taken place to cut off young lives in this way, and it is absolutely devastating, and our thoughts and prayers must be with their families and friends at this horrendous tragedy that has taken place.
Manchester police have identified the bomber as 22-year-old Salman Abedi, a Brit with Libyan origins reportedly known to authorities here. A 23-year-old man also arrested in connection with the attack, with the investigation of the bomber just beginning.
Our priority, along with the police counter-terrorist network and our security partners, is to continue to establish whether he was acting alone or working as part of a wider network.
Tuesday evening, thousands of mourners showed their love for the victims at a vigil in Albert Square, holding signs and candles and observing a moment of silence. No more briefings expected tonight from Manchester police, who say the identities of the rest of those killed won't be released until late Wednesday at the earliest. In Manchester, England, Rick Leventhal, Fox News.